Hello everyone. Fatty from Pack Up Punch Traders here. Just want to make a quick video lesson. Going over, going over my watch list for tomorrow. Got some top plays here in red. Other ones just keep on watch. These are the plans that I have for them. But as of now, these are the main ones I'm watching. I'm really liking. The RPO on there. Yeah, let's just start off here. We got a solid mover here. And now I'm just looking for the bounce play as we got a solid red candle. Shorts are in. We have a lot of overhead resistance, especially in the low threes. If this fails to keep cracking, I can see this thing fail. Obviously, it fails to crack, break highs, and come back to the low threes where there's a lot of resistance here from the other day. Besides that, that's kind of the move that I'm really seeing there. If it continues, I'll play the breakout later. If it holds up and fails to break down, and then squeezes shorts after that. But just gotta wait and see and react to what the volume is doing and whatnot. If there's a catalyst, maybe tomorrow, who knows? But that's Dpro. Just quick overview. Just got the huge spike. Now shorts are in. They're up, and just looking for them to cover their position and dip buyers to come in to lead for a quick little spike. Another multi-day bounce. I kind of like this one more. We got a monster move on LLL yesterday, low float, and today solid red day. So now I'll start looking for multi-day bounces. If this fails to head lower, just looking for the VWAP hold, break of the high. Similar to let me go over actually my trade from today. It was on pick. It was a loss, and that is a play for tomorrow. The way I typically trade these bounces is whatever the high is in the morning, I let it set that, let it consolidate for a few minutes, ideally at least 5, and then buy the break. This one ended up being a loss for me. Chased a little bit, big size, and was up a little, but ended up failing, and that was a stupid $250 loss. But still holding up nicely, I would say. Green candle trying to bottom out. This thing does have the potential. If it sets up again, fails to crack the high fours, we could definitely see a move to 6. If this could fail to break down, reclaim VWAP. And similarly, like today, set a high in the morning, whatever that high is, let it consolidate a bit, and when it comes back to break that high, that will be the entry, as it's instead of breaking down like these past few days. Here we go. No morning spikes. Now we're getting a morning spike. If we get a failure to break down tomorrow again, I'll see that as confirmation as bottom of the bottom. We got a higher low here today. Low float. Volume just needs to come in, and I think they'll come with the shorts covering their position. And we'll get a test back to 6, maybe mid 6s. So we'll see how that plays out. Maybe it keeps going, ends up being a 750 breakout. Who knows? But just looking for the quick 10-15% on the bounce play. But going back to LLL, looking for that similar setup, and once it shows that it can't head lower and it starts breaking to higher levels instead of heading lower, shorts might get a little scared. And if it keeps holding trend, it's gonna likely squeeze, as shorts will recognize that and will start covering their position. Today with PIK, we got a bounce, but not enough. Shorts were scared out, and we couldn't sustain up here. It couldn't bounce and hold back up above VWAP. Even here late day, it did come back a bit, but not enough. So we'll see. This is some solid bottoming action. Could set up for something better. Um, Along the way to the bottom, sometime on the fade. Sometimes you will mistime this, but keep eyeing it, and when it works out, you'll make all your money back. So I'm not too worried about that. An LLL. Oh yeah, just quick 10, 15, maybe 20%. I do see a lot of resistance in the mid 5s to 6-ish area. But if we're being honest, if I'm in anywhere near the high threes, four-ish area, I'll be good with the test of the high fours, five-ish. But yeah, so that's that one. Gosh, here. Um, Here we go. We got this play that I was looking for yesterday for a 10 break. Ended up doing it after hours, and good lesson. I'm not really trading after hours. Sure, you got the quick move, but it didn't hold up and take off. I for sure would have been out, but nonetheless, you see this thing holding up here, you might want to be getting in. There just isn't enough volume. After hours is not the best. Same with pre-market. I haven't had the best experience trading them. Usually I just trade between 6:30 in the morning Pacific to 1 o'clock in the noontime Pacific time. So just the market hours where the most action is, where the most volume is. And we see here this thing ends up failing. Does hold up right around the breakout level for a majority of the day and holding green. So we'll see if this thing has anything in store tomorrow for a previous high day break. We got some solid resistance there. I think after that we can test the 13 breakout level. We'll see if that happens. We got a low float. So if it fails to break down and volume keeps coming in, this thing could definitely have a solid test of 12 to 13. So just keeping an eye on that. I do have other ones that I prefer to play, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Nrsn got a little bounce here in the morning, just on the gap up, a little spike, but nothing significant. Ended up failing. It was a huge double top. Could have been a decent little trade here in the low sixes, as yesterday we got some bottoming action and a break of the high fives. For being honest, the five-ish area was really where it was at from the morning. But then got a solid push to the low to mid sixes and failed to crack that this morning. And some volume came in and was enough for it to hold trend for a little bit and squeeze, but ultimately failed into the resistance here. Not enough volume, just a weak little bounce play. So shorts are still piled in this, I think, and I'll be looking for a bounce play again. If this fails to break down, I think this could offer a move, or if it does break down and offers a few days of fade, I'll enjoy that and then wait for the bounce play there. So it's just kind of reactionary right now. We are in a range between 8 and 450, pretty big range. So we'll see how this reacts, if it comes back for a breakout or if we're buying it near support level here in the mid fours. If it fails to crack for a bounce play, or if it cracks and it's just an ignore for a couple days as shorts take over after this huge run, and then we just get a bounce, just like a bouncing ball. First bounce usually the strongest. That's the one I typically play. After that, I kind of ignore it. So that's Nrsn. Another one, low float. Just needs the volume to come in if it fails to break down, and we could get a solid move. GME, that's another one I'm watching. We have a breakout up ahead around 2, and not as low float as the other ones, but if volume comes in, it's not that high of a float that it's going to be a challenge to rotate it and squeeze out shorts. So I'll be looking for a 203 breakout to test the 220 area, and after that I think we can get to the high twos, possibly 3, but I'm not going to be trying to predict a 50% move. But it doesn't have much resistance past the 220-ish area, so that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, I think that's kind of it for today. Rough day with pick. It happens. The pattern doesn't always work out every time, but set myself in a decent position. If I didn't have the size that I had, would have been a smaller loss. But I was pretty certain that this was going to have a solid bounce today, but ended up being a bottoming day. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I hope this was helpful. I'll post this on Twitter in a little bit so you could go over these as well. But yeah, so hope everyone had a good trading day. It was a little slower for me. I did not pay great attention. There was a couple good plays actually. Let's go over one of them. Here we have this one should have been on my radar for sure, as it is an IPO here, and usually it's a pretty good pattern when IPO sets that high. When it comes back to break it, you usually get a solid squeeze, and today is just another example of that. Breaking around the 13 area, right around pre or after hours highs from yesterday, and from there we just got a massive squeeze to 24 pretty much. So could have made 10 bucks on this thing if you held all the way, but this thing is a potential play. I'm kind of done with it. The higher it goes, the better. Like that'll be cool. I'll just wait for a pattern of mine to come in, like a bounce play, if that does come in, and we'll trade it then. But I just want to go over this. Totally missed it. Should have been more aware. Great play. Probably would have had a hard time putting in some size into this spike, but could have seen myself putting maybe just 100 shares, and could have been a few hundred, not too long, like half an hour or less. So yeah, that's the day for today. I hope this was useful. Didn't tweet that much today, but still had a couple decent calls on Rev B. That was another one. Another play from today. Missed that right out of the watch list. 183 break to test the low twos breakouts. And then after that, touch 3. Ended up touching 288. Just a monster move. Low float. And just really disappointing. I was looking at pick, focusing on that rather than this one. Because if I had the money that I put into pick into this one, it would have been a really nice day. So, kind of a disappointing day. Choosing the wrong one, taking a loss. But it's all good. It's part of the game. We're going to study up, dust ourselves, come back tomorrow, ready to start finishing the week. It's going to be Thursday tomorrow. So, yeah, if this video was useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow us on Twitter at Pack-a-Punch Traders. And if you're interested in seeing live streams, we're on tradecaster.com every day. Just going over the market, might have a chance to see a live trade as well. But if you go to tradecaster.com and sign up with them, we have a free channel there. You can check us out for free. And well, I guess not free since you have to sign up for the website. But for $100, there's a few channels there that you get to check out and learn some information from. So, hope this was useful. Have a great night, and we'll come back tomorrow strong.